Something's going on at Blizzard, and it seems like it could be something a lot of us can actually, maybe, be excited about. Content creators are apparently being quietly called into Blizzard headquarters over the coming weeks, and nobody's really saying why. So let's talk about what might be happening. But it started with Xaryu. If you don't know him, he's a big WoW streamer, and on a recent stream, he casually mentioned that he's heading to Blizzard next week for something he couldn't talk about.
I am visiting Blizzard next week for something that I cannot say, but I will be there, and I just got permission to say that.
No details, completely hush-hush. Obviously his chat completely lost it. Everyone's assuming this is Classic Plus related, and he's going in to play and I guess critique and give feedback on whatever Blizzard's been cooking. And honestly, given the timing, I don't blame them for thinking that. Here's the thing. Blizzard just finished shutting down a bunch of private servers, which, yeah, is a whole other conversation, which I do kind of have a video/rant on. But it does leave this massive question hanging in the air. What is next for Classic? Because that audience didn't just disappear. We're all still here. We're all still hungry for something. The race-only challenges and stuff, they're all great fun, but let's be honest, it's just something fun to pass the time while we wait for something new that may be announced at BlizzCon. More on BlizzCon stuff later. Now this is actually where I want to take a small detour for a second. Can we just talk about Titan Reforged for a second? No, this isn't some shitty sponsored ad. This is actually what Blizzard have launched in China. There are these servers where they've basically merged vanilla, TBC and Wrath all into one level 80 endgame, with all the raids rescaled to 25-man and account-wide progression. It sounds insane to me, like genuinely one of the coolest things I've heard in years, and yet it's just not available here. Feels a bit, you know, shitty. Although I do worry that Blizzard's big announcement is to just copy and paste that exact thing and translate it over to English. Because while that is interesting and I would love to check it out, I do still really hope for a proper vanilla style Classic Plus. Now on top of all this, there was a leak from a while back that's been circulating. Now of course, please do take this with a massive grain of salt because it did come from 4chan. But it's actually got some interesting stuff in it, I guess. They're suggesting something called an Infinite Classic Plus experience, which sounds like it'd be an ongoing seasonal thing with a season pass layered on top of the subscription. There's also mention of a brand new class called the Spellblade, mail wearing with tank, healer and DPS specs, available to Blood Elves, Night Elves, Humans and Undead, apparently. Not really sure what the deal is with Blood Elves there, but anyway. And then also mentions other bits like Classic WoW ending at Miss Pandaria, a fast Season of Discovery reboot, and hardcore TBC rolling on into Wrath. I suppose then you could actually do the proper Nax hardcore challenge instead of just doing the achievement. Again, it's an unverified 4chan leak. Could be absolutely nothing. Although I will be honest, it does kind of sound a little bit, you know, Blizzard underwhelming. As per usual. Minimal actual substance, maximal monetization. I mean, just hearing the word season pass makes me shiver a little bit. But anyway, back to reality, I guess. What we do know is that BlizzCon is happening in September, and a lot of people, myself included, are expecting some kind of classic, maybe plus, maybe something else announcement there. So if creators are already being brought in now to play something under NDA, that does kind of line up pretty well with the BlizzCon reveal timeframe. So yeah, something is clearly happening. Whether it's Classic Plus, some kind of Titan Reforged expansion from other regions, or something we haven't even thought of yet, I do hope we're close to finding out. I'll be keeping a close eye on this, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out when things drop. And also let me know down in the comments, what do you actually want from Classic Plus? What do you want it to actually be? Because personally I have thoughts, but I want to hear yours as well. In fact, I actually did an unofficial Classic Plus survey thing from a while back the other day, so feel free to check out that video if you want to see what I personally think about some of the potential Classic Plus choices. Maybe take the survey yourself. You could even play a drinking game if you want. Every time I say the phrase, the vibe must be maintained, take a drink. You'll struggle, but you know, might be a bit of fun. Anyway, see you around, and have a nice day.